Hello, and welcome to Gentle and Clear English. Here, you will have great experiences with real stories in a clear, slow, and educational way about everyday life in America and around the world. So, enjoy, relax, and learn. For thousands of years, people around the world have dreamed of peace in the Middle East. This small region, filled with history and culture, has also been a place of conflict, war, and political tension. Many leaders, diplomats, and world organizations have tried to bring peace to the area. But so far, a true and lasting peace has remained just a dream. However, in recent years, there have been some surprising developments. New peace agreements have been signed between Israel and several Arab nations. These deals have brought hope to many people. Could we finally be seeing the beginning of real peace in the Middle East? Or is there something more mysterious happening behind the scenes? Some people believe that these events could be connected to an ancient prophecy, a prophecy that speaks of a powerful leader who will one day bring peace to the world, but with hidden intentions. This leader is often called the Antichrist. But who is the Antichrist? And what is this mysterious peace deal that many people talk about? In today's story, we will explore the idea of the Antichrist Peace Deal. We will look at where this belief comes from, what the prophecy says, and why some people think that recent political events could be signs of something much bigger. Let's begin. The idea of the Antichrist Peace Deal comes mainly from religious texts, especially the Bible. One of the most famous passages is found in the book of Daniel, an ancient Hebrew text written over 2,500 years ago. In chapter 9, verse 27, there is a reference to a future leader who will confirm a covenant with many for 1 week. Many scholars and religious teachers interpret this week as a period of 7 years. According to this interpretation, this mysterious leader will negotiate a peace agreement, often called a covenant, that will involve many nations. This agreement will seem like a great solution to the conflicts in the Middle East. For the first time in history, it will appear that peace has finally arrived. But according to the same prophecy, after 3.5 years, something dramatic will happen. The leader who promised peace will break the agreement. He will reveal his true intentions, and a time of great trouble and suffering will begin. This period is often called the Great Tribulation. For people who believe in Bible prophecy, this peace deal is not just a political event. It is a signal that the world is entering a very dangerous and critical time in history. But let's pause for a moment. Is there any real-world reason to believe that such a peace deal could happen soon? In recent years, we have seen important political developments. One example is the Abraham Accords. These agreements, signed in 2020, established peaceful relations between Israel and several Arab countries, including the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain. Other countries later joined or expressed interest. For many people, this was a historic breakthrough. For decades, relations between Israel and many Arab nations were hostile. But suddenly, things started to change. Leaders shook hands, diplomats signed documents, and international media celebrated the possibility of a new era of peace. However, for others, these agreements raised questions. Could this be the first step toward the larger peace deal described in ancient prophecies? Some people point to the fact that the Abraham Accords involved multiple nations, just like the covenant with many mentioned in the book of Daniel. Others observe that the agreements were made with the help of powerful international figures. and organizations, including the United States government. In addition, there is ongoing speculation about future agreements that could include even more countries, perhaps even Saudi Arabia or others that have historically been enemies of Israel. But beyond political negotiations, many people who study prophecy are watching for one specific event, the rebuilding of the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. According to some interpretations of biblical prophecy, the Antichrist Peace Deal will allow or encourage the reconstruction of the ancient Jewish temple on the Temple Mount, a place that is currently home to the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock, two of the most important Islamic holy sites. Such a project would be incredibly controversial. It could create major tensions in the region. But if a leader could somehow achieve this, he would gain enormous global attention and influence. And this brings us to another important question. Who could this leader be? Of course, at this time, no one knows for sure. Different people and groups have made many guesses over the years. Some believe the leader will come from Europe. Others think he will rise from the Middle East. Some imagine he will emerge from a global organization, like the United Nations or a future world government. In the end, the identity of the Antichrist remains a mystery. What's important to understand is that this idea of a peace deal followed by betrayal and global crisis is part of a larger narrative that many people take very seriously. Entire books, documentaries, and even movies have been made about this subject. But what makes this topic so interesting today is how current events seem to fit some of the details described in these ancient prophecies. Let's think about it. For the first time in modern history, we are seeing fast and unexpected changes. In the Middle East, countries that were once enemies are now talking about friendship and cooperation. The idea of a larger peace deal involving Israel and many nations no longer sounds impossible. Also, technology and global communication are changing how conflicts are managed. Today, world leaders can negotiate and sign agreements faster than ever before. Economic and political systems are becoming more connected. A decision made in one part of the world can now affect millions of people in other places almost instantly. This global interconnectivity makes it easier for a single powerful leader to influence many nations at the same time. At the same time, we also see rising concerns about economic instability, military conflicts, climate change, and social unrest in many parts of the world. Some people believe that in such a time of crisis, the world will be looking for a leader who promises peace, security, and solutions. But as history has shown, not all leaders with good speeches and big promises turn out to be trustworthy. This is why the idea of the Antichrist Peace Deal continues to capture people's attention. It is not just about religion. It's about understanding how human history often repeats itself. Moments of hope followed by unexpected betrayal. As we watch current events unfold, it's natural to ask, could the next big peace agreement be the one described in ancient prophecies? Could a new leader emerge, offering hope, only to later reveal a hidden agenda? No one knows the future for sure. But history teaches us to stay alert, ask questions, and think critically about major political developments. Whether you believe in Bible prophecy or not, the story of the Antichrist Peace Deal serves as a powerful reminder. Peace is something we all hope for. But we must always be careful about who offers it and at what price. Thank you for watching this video. Stay curious, stay informed, and as always, stay clear.